What's up, everybody? Welcome to another fresh take. And today, the show that we're talking about is Netflix's Dragon's Dogma. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see that, but they did drop a 7 episode animated series on Netflix. I want to say last week, and this review is going to try to be spoiler free ish because it's kind of hard to talk about the series without explaining some of the stuff that goes on in it a little bit. But here's the synopsis, and it comes straight from IMDb. Ethan sets out to vanquish the dragon that took his heart, but with every demon he battles, he loses more of his humanity. Is that absolutely correct? Kinda. It kind of goes like that. Now, if you played the game, the original Dragon's Dogma game, you create your own character, and that is the character that gets his heart ripped out. So I remember that much about the game. I can't say that it's a one-to-one retelling of the game because it's been a while since I played it. I played it when it first came out. I never played Dark Arisen. I never played that version of the game, which I think is just like the uncut with some added scenes in it. So I never played that, so I can't tell you if that's, if it goes straight by that or what. So let me tell you what I liked. The things that I liked about it, I liked the animation. I thought the animation was good. I thought it was fluid. It's not that perfect cell shade CG blend, but it is a good one. Kind of reminds me of what the Fire Emblem cutscenes look like if you played Fire Emblem Three Houses or Fire Emblem Fates, Three Fates or whatever. It has that kind of cell shaded look to it. I thought the fights were actually pretty good. I think the way they had the animation, I think it worked best with the actual bringing in of the monsters from the game, like the Hydra, the Griffin, the Leak, the Cyclops, stuff like that, because those are all in there. So they do have the monsters from the game, some of the main monsters from the game. The story I thought was actually pretty good. It's 7 episodes, and it's set up. Each episode is one of the deadly sins. Don't worry, I still plan on doing 7 Deadly Sins review episode, season 4. So trust me, I'm working on that one. But not those sins, but the actual 7 Deadly Sins. So each episode is a breakdown. So you have to pay attention to the title, because whatever the title is, that sin is what the episode's going to be about. So I thought that was actually ingenious, and I thought it actually worked. So it creates, it's still an overarching story, but it actually has the episodes are actually standalone in that. This is happening in it, but the overarching story is Ethan trying to get to that dragon. Ethan and Hannah, who is the pawn, trying to get to that dragon. And another thing that I like is their actual interaction. The Ethan character and the Hannah character, as the season goes on, and this is kind of the spoilerish part of it, their roles kind of reverse and change a little bit, and I think that was an interesting dynamic because I saw it coming around the fourth episode. I saw it coming, but I didn't think it would go full that way. I thought it was just gonna be like they do something at the end that I didn't think they were gonna do, because usually these kind of shows go in one particular way, and they did not do that. So I thought that was interesting. Now, the bad in it. First of all, there wasn't too much that I hated about it. It did take a little getting used to, just because of how they set the stories up. But if anything, I felt like a couple of the episodes were a little too short. I think they could have had some of the episodes be a little bit longer, because as it stands, there aren't any episodes that's over 30 minutes. I think the longest one is like 27, I think. One episode in there is only 19 minutes. They're quick and to the point, and most time that's a good thing. But in this, there are a couple of episodes where I think they could have went into the backstory of a couple of the characters to see how they got to where they got, or how the dragon actually affected their lives. Because the dragon doesn't just mess up Ethan; it messes up a couple more characters in these episodes, and you're like, okay. It probably would have been nice to have like another 5 minutes or another 10 minutes added to that episode to show what happened to their particular town or village, etc. That's the only thing I could think of that actually I thought was bad. Overall, I thought it was actually good. Now, this is for the parents out there. This is rated TV MA. One of the sins is lust. put two and two together. That's what's in that episode. So I mean, there is nudity. There is an episode where there's a character who literally throws it at Ethan, like literally. So it's not, it's not for the kids. Like I said, there are the episodes are short and sweet. There are only 7 of them. They do tackle adult themes and adult issues, so I wouldn't recommend the kids watch this one. Other than that, though, I think it's well paced for the most part, even though I do think a couple of episodes do need to be a little bit longer, because I think it would have actually helped some of the characters, with the character development or whatnot. And because there's one episode in particular, I think it's episode 3. They try to make you feel for 2 of the characters, and I'm like, I feel nothing for them. Like, I just don't. And I would love. I asked one of my coworkers, because he watches anime, and I asked, like, did his wife watch it, and he said she didn't. Because I would love to get a woman's thought on that episode, just because I felt completely nothing for the character, and I may do a full on spoiler review later, just so I can talk about this, because it really kind of messed with me, because I don't know if they were trying to make me feel sympathy for those 2 characters, but I couldn't, just because of the way the episode went. I couldn't feel sympathy for either one of them, and it really kind of bothered me that they wanted you to try to make you feel sympathy for them, and I'm like, why? They're both horrible people. So I would love to hear somebody's thoughts on that. This episode 3, you probably know what I'm talking about. And I may, like I said, do another review with a full-on spoiler, so we can talk about that. I may actually try to bring in some people for a discussion on that one. But overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it was actually pretty good. I think it's worth a watch if you are a fan of anime. If you're a fan of anime, I think you should watch it. It's not a long watch. You just won't be able to watch it with the kids around, just because, like I said, there's a couple episodes where you see some stuff, and there is a implied sexual assault. So once again, that is in there, because it is dealing with, like I said, adult themes and stuff. There is an addiction episode, stuff like that. So you do see some gratuitous things, and you might not want your kids. You should not want your kids to see that. So I'm just letting you know ahead of time that's in there. But overall, I thought it was good. I thought it was very entertaining. Did it make me want to go back and play the game? Nah, not really. But I mean, I actually enjoyed it. So leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about it. Did you watch it? Did you enjoy it? Leave a comment. Let me know, and I'll see you guys on the next vid. Peace out, peeps.